Hello everyone, welcome yet again to the second part of the lecture which we are talking about what is democracy and why democracy. Now today we are here on the second part, that is why democracy. First of all, we had discussed about what is democracy, its definition and some of the features related to democracy. Now when we talk about why democracy, and we are talking about arguments in support of democracy and arguments which have been put up in against democracy or against the democracy. First of all, here if we look at arguments in support of democracy, a democratic government is better government because it is more accountable form of government. First point, that is it is more responsible form of government. And why it is responsible form of government? Because people are electing their representatives, and if in a democracy people are not answerable or not responsible or accountable to the wishes and aspirations of people, probably people will not elect them for the next term. So therefore they have to be accountable. Democracy improves the quality of decision making, because every decision is being taken after thorough debates and discussions. Democracy provides a method to deal with differences and conflicts. Again, whenever there is a area of conflict or differences are there in a democracy, they can always be discussed, talked about, and a possible solution could be arrived on. Democracy enhances the dignity or the self-respect of the citizens. Democracy is better than other form of governments because it allows us to correct our own mistakes, and democracy therefore is considered the best of form of government in comparison to its counterparts. Arguments against the democracy, that is, leaders keeps changing in democracy, so therefore everything is related to then instability or leads to instability. Democracy is all about political power, so there is no scope for morality here. So many people have to be consulted in democracy, so it is the decisions are always delayed and a lot of time is involved. Elected leaders, that is, do not know the best interest of the people, and therefore it leads to bad decisions. Democracy leads to corruption, for it is based on electoral competition. And lastly, ordinary people do not know what is good for them, so therefore this choice should not be given to them, so they should not decide anything. Now this brings us to another aspect of the chapter, that is a part of the chapter, the broader meanings of democracy. First of all, we will talk about representative democracy and its importance. Now India is a representative form of democracy, that is, we choose our representatives and they on our behalf take the decisions. A representative form of democracy is one in which people elect their representatives to legislatures. These representatives in turn form the government and govern. In this type of democracy, a majority is allowed to take decisions on behalf of all the people. That is, people have chosen their representatives, and those representatives, the majority of those representatives to whichever party they belong, they form the government and govern. Representative democracy becomes necessary because of the following reasons. First of all, modern democracies involve such a large number of people, that is, population is so huge that it is not possible for all the people to come together and take part in decision making process. Even if they could, the citizen does not have the time, the desire or the skills possible to take part in the decisions. This brings to the second part, that is nominal democracy and ideal democracy. A nominal democracy, as we normally use the term, refers to a system of governance which is run by the people's elected representatives. That is, you can say nominal form of democracy is a microscopic version, and ideal democracy is a macroscopic version of democracy probably. An ideal democracy, that is a broader concept. An ideal democracy is a system in which every citizen must be able to play equal role in decision making. For this, one does not need just equal rights or the right to vote. Every citizen needs to have an equal information to things which concern him, basic education, equal resources, and a lot of commitment. There may not be any country in the world which is completely an ideal democracy, that is, in the world which passes this test of democracy, yet democracy is ever evolving and changing, and that is the best part of democracy, that if we achieve something in democracy, we are eager for more, to achieve more. Now the most important role is of the citizens here in a democracy. That is, citizens must learn to tolerate differences and views of all others who disagree with them. That is, the citizens must accept the principles of mutual tolerance and dissent. Dissent is again disagreement with someone. Citizens must act with a sense of discipline and responsibility. They have a right to express their dissent. They must express their grievances through proper channels provided by the democratic system. Citizens must participate and seek to influence the public opinion. This can happen only when they are well informed about various things. Citizens also should or must exercise the right to vote, and this provides a direction to the whole democratic process. So, therefore, the involvement of citizens is a very crucial and important process or important in a democracy. Now, democracy is a government by discussion and persuasion. It is a government by discussion, that is because of the following reasons. First of all, policy matters are decided after thorough discussion. In absence of consensus, the majority view is generally prevails. Majority view is respected and given due consideration during discussions, and minority view is also heard and not shut down by force. It is a government by persuasion because the opposition is encouraged to participate in debates about government policies and programs. That is the opposition. And again, opposition also has a very important role in a democracy through which it challenges the government and brings out the shortcomings of the government. During the discussion, opponents are persuaded to accept the government viewpoint, and at times the government itself may see merit in what probably the opposition is trying to say and accept it. So, this brings us to the end of the chapter. Thank you so much.